and welcome to Hatching for Health, where our mission is to create a platform for people to tell their story, to educate the public, and to build a more compassionate community. And I'm your host, Jessica Hatch. Today on the show, we have an exclusive interview with a young teenage girl named Savannah, who was going to high school and living a seamlessly normal life just 2 years ago. Her world unexpectedly turned upside down. Now Savannah is battling 2 rare diagnoses, and she's here with us today to share her story, and her family is here to discuss what the future holds for Savannah and brother Josiah. We also have Danielle Johnson and Katie here, and they are going to share the inspiring nonprofit Dream Rydes that provides luxury transportation for children with cancer here in Houston and does abundantly other things for these families. So welcome to the show, you guys.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
I know, it's so good to have you back. We had you last season.
Yeah.
It was inspiring and learning all the things about Dream Rydes, and then now I think it's been 2 years ago.
It's been 2 years, yeah.
And there's so much more that has happened, and there's an upcoming event, a big gala, so it's a lot. I wanted to start with, you Danielle, and just kind of ask you, from a young child, did you see yourself building a foundation like this?
No, absolutely not. I always had that healing heart from childhood. The child that wanted to be the vet, that would always bring in every animal I could possibly find, unbeknownst to my dad that he couldn't stand. But so from that point, I knew that I had this dream and passion in the community health sector. And so when I went to A&M, I at that point wanted to become a nurse, and potentially either nurse or pharmacy at the time. And then I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma or Hodgkin's disease when I was 19, living my what I thought was the best college life in the world, and was just very quick, sudden scare, to say the least.
Right.
Battling, living or dying, and not knowing what was going to happen next. Yeah, I was at 19. And so that is what kind of changed my trajectory, but that path forward to becoming, pushing forward into my nursing degree, and then ultimately a nurse practitioner. And so as a child, I would say no, but then I had that heart that I knew at that point that I wanted to develop something that helped other kids, because what I was going through at the time during my therapy, there were so many things that was missed. I was 19, but kind of treated as an adult, and it's kind of sad because at 19 we're still kids, and so there was no Make-A-Wish or no things like that, and so I realized quickly there were a lot of misses within the cancer community as a whole, but it didn't take until later, and I was actually in the clinic at Texas Children's, realizing the unmet needs that there were within the clinic, and at that point, that's when I developed Dream Rydes, because of this underserved need of my patients.
And when was this? What age were you at that point?
So when developing Dream Rydes, I was around 30 when I started the organization and started thinking through it, and how I was really going to organize it and develop it and grow it. And that's kind of really where it came from, was missing my patients. I think it's heartbreaking that you would miss I would miss personally 3 to 4 patients per week because they couldn't physically get there. Medicaid transportation may have picked up late where they couldn't get there. They only had 1 car per family. Dad or mom had to go to work. Medicaid transportation assists with the family member and the child, only one. So what happens to the other kids?
Yeah, so many situations where they're, and I know that
impossible.
With Dream Rydes, I know obviously now you've kind of gotten into the transportation for their actual medical treatment, which is always a passion, but I guess, and I can take it to you, Katie, on this, how many children or individuals have y'all actually been able to help through the Dream Ride Foundation? Or if you...
Yeah. So we are at, I believe, around 97 Dream Ride experiences. And so we call those Ride of a Lifetime experiences. So that's with car owners that we've partnered with local car clubs Team Savage and different groups, different dealerships, Garage Ultimate, a car storage facility that have these amazing exotic cars. And so these kids get to pick out whatever car they want, McLaren, Lambo, whatever they love, and all varieties of the color rainbow. And we give them Pair That With Experience in Houston, a local Houston experience that they get to choose, whether it's a Rockets game, getting their nails done, whatever it may be, to give them some joy, something that most people never get to ride in or have those experiences, and give them at least that day of joy. And so that's part of the organization, the fun part of the organization, I like to say. Right. And then the fundraising comes behind that. And so we've provided about 97 of those, and then 36 Uber rides for patients. And then we've also we've given rental cars to patients as well in 2-week stints to help them get to and from the hospital when they're not from here. And then also with the van launch, really excited, and partnership with Hatching.
Yeah, we can actually talk about that. We've got this amazing little toy van to represent what the actual van looks like, and it's wrapped, as you can see here, it's got all of us on there, and some of the little kiddos that you've been helping and assisting with their treatment, and now that we're actually providing transportation for. I know that's something that Hatching for Health actually partnered up with. From when you were on the show previously, it was like I saw a need that you were trying to fulfill, and that was a unique opportunity we had to, to basically put this van together and collaborate on it. So, and that's actually where Katie came along. You were like, we need more help.
Yes, so, we need a lot more help for sure.
Katie, you are new to the organization.
Yes, I'm new and very happy to be here, and it's been very fulfilling so far in the short amount of time that I've jumped in.
Yeah, Katie's jumped in just knees deep, to say the least, because we're really excited between the van launching. We really launched the van essentially last October was the launch, but then we really started going more in January with the van. And so the big overarching goal here would be to have one van per zip code within a 50-mile radius. So the van can pick up potentially multiple families and take them to the medical center, and then pick them up and take them home. So we have a lot of growth, and we know that the cost of a van is not cheap, and we want it to have it decked out pediatric style, hopefully.
Right.
And then also ADA certified and those things. So it is a pretty large expense.
Yeah. I also like the wheelchair lift that was recently put in just to be able to assist with all types of handicaps and stuff. I think that's, it's not something that you can call an Uber, or even Medicaid maybe always has the right, van option. So I think it gives, a very wide opportunity to help so many people.
Absolutely.
Kathy, I wanted to just ask you, so I guess for people wanting to get involved with Dream Rides, that are wanting to donate or be a part of from a volunteer perspective, how would they go about doing that?
So we have a website that lists everything. It's dreamrides.org, and that's rides with a Y. So dreamrides.org, there's lots of ways to get involved. We have an upcoming gala. We can use volunteers and support for that. We, as we were talking about, provide fun experiences for these patients and their families, as well as the Dream Rides. Siblings are included. The whole family is included in this because they're all going through it together. So we're always looking for people who have those cool cars that a child might enjoy a dream ride in. We're always looking for opportunities to host them in some really fun experience. Just something in the Houston area so they can have that fun day together as a family. It helps with the healing, so we've got lots of opportunities coming up.
And the vehicle, it could also be if somebody had a helicopter or
or
definitely.
a boat, any Dream Rides is not necessarily specific to a car. It can, it could be a helicopter. It could be some kind of boat. A jet, anything.
If you're tuning in right now and you have any of these amazing vehicles, whether it be in the air or in the water, definitely.
Please reach out. As other than also the website, dreamrides.org, there's a contact form that you can contact a volunteer ride, or as a patient, also request a ride. Or just volunteer as one of our volunteers, or a donation site as well. But you can also reach us directly at info@dreamrides.org via email. We're also on Instagram at Dream Rides. You can DM us, Facebook. We're everywhere, so you can find us, to say the least. And you're going to be talking to myself or Katie or one of our other colleagues most likely, but it will probably be one of us that will engage with you guys. And I couldn't thank you enough for your support in advance.
Yeah, for sure. So tell me, Danielle, because I know that you juggle a lot. You've got children, you have a full-time job. I mean, you're a nurse. You use that throughout that full-time job, and then Dream Rides. Like, how are you balancing it all?
It's not easy. It is a lot of balance. Some days I'm not sure how I'm going to do it as well, but I'm really excited because as of recently, I'm kind of going into this full force, completely from a full-time perspective. And this was a dream I've again had for a very long time, and it's so exciting that we've now developed a team of a solid team of 3 of us to do this, and we are fully invested now in our patients and these families and helping them. And so the balance is tough sometimes, but my family is very understanding.
Yeah,
and
the fact that you did that and to take that, I feel like that's when things really can take off for an organization. It's it's a dream you have, and it's a hobby that you're doing that you're passionate about, and then when you can step away from something, which is people don't all get that opportunity to do, and especially with this upcoming gala coming, that's like so much hands on deck, so that gives you the opportunity to be We are going to take a commercial break, but we're going to get to talk to one of the special families that you guys have been very hands-on helping over the last few years, I guess 2 years. And so we're very excited to meet Savannah. So we are going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll meet Savannah and her family. We'll be right back with you.
Have you been seriously injured in an automobile accident or 18-wheeler? Come on in to Thurlow & Associates, 713-CALL-TOM. Come on in, meet our attorneys and our friendly staff. Let us give you a free case evaluation. Hire an experienced attorney, more than 30 years in practice and 10,000 satisfied clients. Thurlow & Associates, 713-CALL-TOM.
In 2020, I was going to work and the stairs of my apartment broke, and I went 20 feet through, breaking my back in 2 places and 5 discs herniated. I was scared, alone. After meeting Dr. Remy Nader and his staff, it got me back to not only the dad I used to be, but the person I used to be too.
At the International Center for Neuroscience, we take pride in providing you second opinions for your brain or spine problems. I'm Dr. Remy Nader, board-certified neurosurgeon. Let me help you get your life back.
Your private practice deserves more than sticky notes and missed calls. Funnel Cake MD is the HIPAA-compliant growth platform built for doctors and dentists. Manage calls, texts, and emails in one secure inbox. Book more patients, cut the admin chaos, and keep your front desk sane. Try it free for 14 days with full white glove onboarding so you're running smooth from day one. Don't let outdated software hold you back. Sweeten your growth with Funnel Cake MD. Start your free trial now at funnelcakemd.ai.
Funnel Cake MD, all-in-one tool to grow your practice.
Welcome back from the break. If you have just joined us, we are accompanied by Dream Rides and a special family that they have been a part of their lives for the last, I would say, 2 years now. This family is very special to Dream Rides and very special to Hatching for Health family. We've been able to meet some of them in the past, and we're going to have Savannah, we're going to have her brother Josiah, Mom Maria and Dad Lawrence all here today. And Savannah has osteosarcoma, which is a cancerous tumor in her sacrum, lungs, and spine. So we're going to learn about that and how the family's doing. So welcome to the show, everyone.
Thanks for having me.
We've got the whole family here. Yeah, you guys are a beautiful family.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's very nice to have you. I know I got to meet a few of you at some of the Dream Rides events, and it's been exciting to kind of, continually, hear your story, and you guys are a fighting family. I will say that for sure. So Savannah, I wanted to start with you.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to kind of take us back to when your symptoms began, when you knew something wasn't right.
Well, I have this profound memory. So I was actually upstairs doing homework. What? Homework?
Yeah, really
good. I was doing homework, and my legs started to hurt, so I stretched them out, And then it was fine for a good 10 minutes. Then I brought one in and kept one out, and then that was fine for 10 minutes. Then I brought the other one in and kicked the other one out, and then that was fine. So I was kind of like switching positions for about a good week or so. And then towards the end of the week, nothing started to help with the pain. It was kind of like just throbbing pain, and I was like, okay, this kind of hurts for a little bit. So I let my mom know, and we thought it was growing pains, so I started drinking a whole bunch of pickle juice and all that. No amount of pickle juice worked, so
and this was
that's
just 2 years ago?
Yes, ma'am. October,
And
2 years ago.
it started actually like maybe a week and a half in. It woke me up from sleep, and that's kind of where I draw the line, because I do love sleep.
Right.
So I woke up crying one night and went downstairs, and I was like, Mom, like this I can't sleep, like I'm in so much pain. And so I woke my parents up crying in the middle of the night, because I just
That's severe.
Yeah, I just didn't know what to do at that point.
Goodness. So, and you're how old right now?
I am 17 right now, almost 18.
Okay. So you were like just coming on to becoming a 16-year-old.
Yes.
Like basically what, sophomore, freshman?
She was sophomore.
Sophomore.
Okay. Okay.
Beginning sophomore year.
Goodness. So in that moment, what did you guys do? Was this like, let's go to the ER? Go to
Well, we called and we got an appointment right away, and our pediatrician at that time, she just got the ball rolling. So at first we were thinking, okay, maybe she has a pinched nerve, her sciatic, nerve or something like that. Then she said, we're going to do some X-rays. So we did the X-rays. They called us that night and said, no, you need an MRI. They called us that night and said, no, you have to go see this specialist. And it just seemed to just kind of snowball after that.
Okay. So as far as like, that's something almost, it's hard to be proactive about, So one of my questions here was like, as a family, like how do you be proactive about a situation like this? It's really nothing you could have, done differently to know about this sooner or later. It's like, there was no other symptoms, right?
There was no signs for, there was no head trauma for a head CT. She wasn't in an accident to get her MRI or anything like that. So it was just kind of like the way she described her pain was growing pains, shin splints. And
so 15,
those
16,
things can kind of be explained on their own. And it just kind of went fast, once we got once we went to the doctor, it just kind of, you got to see this doctor, you got to see this doctor, you got to see this doctor, and then.
And we never thought it was going to be like we did. We thought she had a pinched nerve or something like that. She's a perfectly healthy kid. Did everything was normal. So we just thought, okay, it's a pinched nerve or whatever. So there was nothing that we could do, to say, hey, how do we prevent this? I mean, the only thing I can say is just you listen to your body. Your body talks to you. You have to listen.
Right. Was osteosarcoma the diagnosis that was basically presented at that time?
Yes.
Okay.
So we found out the official diagnosis came in before Christmas. And
December 22nd.
December 22nd, and she started chemo December 26th.
Wow. The day after Christmas, goodness.
Thank God they gave me that choice.
Yeah.
It was either start at the 23rd.
Yeah, they wanted her to go.
And not be home for Christmas. So I said no.
Yeah. You're like,
if
I get this option,
I went the other way.
The other way, yeah. Josiah, how has this been for you? I mean, you guys seem pretty close in age.
Yes. They're twins.
Okay, there you go. Wow. So, just seeing your sister go through something like this, you guys are growing up together, and it's obviously a very big difference in your lives.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely something that you gotta get used to. She's a very strong person, and I took this opportunity to learn so many things about her. She's such a strong person, and I just use it as motivation, and just keep my head up for her.
Yeah. You're so sweet. You made me cry. It's a beautiful thing. So you guys are actually, So same school, like all the things. You're like, yeah, no, that's beautiful.
Forever.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Kind of the same friend group. We vibe around the same people.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
and your treatment has been with Texas Children's Hospital?
Yes.
Okay.
My amazing oncologist, my amazing team. I love them so much.
Her whole team, not only her oncologist, but her neurologist, her surgical team.
Yes,
they,
my neurologist.
The rehab. Savannah, she underwent a 41-hour surgery.
Wow.
When they told us her surgery would be 2 days, and we think as parents, you say, well, 2 days for your child, So her surgery was one of the first surgeries of her kind for juveniles.
Okay.
That's usually a surgery that they do on geriatric patients.
Really?
So she was kind of she's always been a special child for us, but she was kind of setting the standards because the thing they said she wouldn't walk for 6 to 8 months. She was walking in 4. Yes, it was assisted, but they didn't think she was going to do that, and she wouldn't be able to sit up for 3 months. She set up in a month and a half.
Wow.
So she was
beating a lot of the odds. Yeah.
She was defying the odds and setting the precedence for those that come behind her, which we hope no parent has to go through this. But she's been a trooper. She's the pistol of the family. So she's. You know where you stand with Savannah?
Yeah. She's honest.
She's very honest.
Tell you like it is.
Yeah.
So I know there's a battle going on here, and there has been from day one, but I know it's recently there's some more things going on. Like, is this cancer typically something that is curable and within your age group? Is it something that you've got to battle for your?
There's not really a cure. You just kind of have to battle throughout.
Okay, and the surgery you had to go, was that something where they're like, this kind of can be a possibility of a cure, or is it just like this is necessary?
That was a possibility of a cure.
At the beginning, when we were talking about it, that was the plan, and that the surgery was to remove the tumor from her sacrum, and that was for a cure. And we did. She got to ring the bell. She was cancer-free for a little bit, but
3 months.
November.
That's when I met you.
Yeah.
So it was at the event. Yeah.
Yeah. 3 months later, we found out that it was back. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so that's been kind of this whole year.
Yes.
Y'all been back.
Yes.
Back at it. Okay. Okay. Now I know that not trying to get so intense, but I know he's a twin. I know there's the genetics. So does he also have, like, I guess things that kind of you guys getting checked out?
Yes, there's constant scannings of my brain, my body.
Okay.
I feel very, safe. They're looking out for me.
Okay.
Early detection is very,
So from sibling, whether twins or siblings, it's just something that, if one has it, it's always like good to have the other checked out.
Yes.
We know that Dream Rydes kind of brought you guys here today. So I know that we don't have a whole lot of time, but I want to know about the experience that they gave you, because I know that those are the things that brighten your days and brighten your life.
Oh, yeah.
So tell me about that experience they gave you.
That was so fun. Okay, an experience they gave me is kind of a surprise. So my dad kind of picked us up early from school. And he took us home, and I was like, what are we doing? Like, why'd you pick us up early? And then I get a text from my mom, and it's like you gotta look nice, or like look decent, or decent. I said, what do you mean? And I say, hey, Bubs, Mom said to look decent or something. I don't know what she's talking about. So then my mom comes home early from work. That's a big hint that says, whoa, something is really going on here. So then I'm just laying down at home along with my brother, and then all of a sudden my mom and dad go outside, and they're like, oh, they're whispering in the corner. I'm like, what are they doing? And my brother goes outside, and then he leaves the door wide open. So I'm like trying to look out the door. I'm like looking out, and I'm like, what are they doing? Like, it's like, who's coming? And Mom was like, okay, come on, Savannah, come on, you gotta get in your wheelchair.
She was so exhausted.
Okay.
She was just, it was just one of those days that she was just
I was
very
low on
tired.
energy.
Yeah, she was very low on energy.
Okay, so I get in my wheelchair and she pushes me out. And then my brother's already out there, along with my dad. My dad never came back in once he went out. But my brother's already out there, and my mom pushes me out there. All of a sudden, I see these two fancy cars. One was really loud rolling into the neighborhood. By the way, I am so sorry about that neighborhood. But it was really loud loading it, and then it was like really reflective and just blue. I said, holy cow. And then the other one was real pretty. It was nice and quiet. I like that one. It was nice and quiet. It was red. It was really, really nice. Now, forgive me, I do not know about these fancy cars like that.
Lamborghini.
Lamborghini and a McLaren.
Yeah, nice.
He was all over it. I was like, oh my gosh. And I see all these people. And then, again, here goes Danielle. I said, what are you doing here? And she said, remember I was going to surprise you a long time ago? I told you I was going to give you a surprise. It's like, okay. So then they make me get in between the two loud cars when they wanted me. And then, all of a sudden, they bring me this big box wrapped in beautiful wrapping paper. Love the wrapping paper. Bring me this big box. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, open the box. And they all have their cameras out, ready, like kneeling down with their cameras, looking at my face. I'm like, okay, what's going on here, guys? And then all of a sudden, I'm a very big Lego person. And then here I unwrap Hogwarts collection. Like, look at this. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. That was my face. That was my current.
Yeah.
It just, honestly, just
glowing. Yeah.
It was amazing.
I love it.
Absolutely amazing. And after that, wonderful. Very wonderful.
Yeah.
We were invited to do a photo shoot. One of her care team got with Miss Danielle, and they said, yeah, all right. They saw what we saw, a beautiful young lady, and then they wanted her to be a part. So we were invited to the Dream Rydes photo shoot, and so now my baby, she's plastered on the side of it. She's around the city. But,
I love it.
And Dream Rydes has been it's been great. I mean, if we call, if something is going on, we definitely want to be a part. And they're doing good for other families.
Yes,
wonderful.
And that just,
I know it's been a blessing. The things that I see them doing, and just what they've done in your family alone. But we do have to wrap up. But it's been a pleasure having you guys all here together.
Thank you.
Dream Rydes team, and God bless you, and you will be in our prayers. And you guys are a beautiful family. So I really, really thank you for being a part of today.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
And thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Hatching for Health. We will be right back here next Saturday at 9:30 a.m.